This is Lights Out, guys. I'm sure you've noticed, but just in case you haven't, the game has updated, and with that there's changes to equipment, stats, and I'm sure that with the upcoming challenges in the next, I'd say month, 3-4 challenges, then there's going to be a lot of changes coming there too. So what happened was all the stats that you have now are flipped. So if you did have them upgraded, say you had health and stamina upgraded, that's part of the upgrade in your card, then those would be decreased and speed and strength would be increased. So whatever, they took two and they added them on to the other two while taking away from the other two stats. So they basically just flipped it, they inverted it, they flipped it inside of itself. And I've seen that with most sets. So right now what I have going on, let me do the daily task first. Yeah, lottery. But that is an interesting flip. I have not seen that in the app before, but they did it, and I'm glad that they did it too. Because it's nice to have a switch up in the game. That basically starts most people back to square one. It kind of makes the game fair again. I mean, you're still going to have your good boxes that have angles and whatnot to different things, but regardless of which, they're just throwing a curveball in the game and just kind of switching it up, which, I mean, let's be honest, I'd rather have it than not have it. So I am experimenting. I'll do an example right now with brand new gear, and I don't want to say which gear that is yet, but you can see my speed is 322 right there. I did have 358 with the Patriots Day and the Liberty gear, but that is officially outdated now. I mean, if you look in my equipment, I'll show you my equipment. Well, yeah, why not? Let's see here. If you look at my equipment, then it's got the file name right there on the left. It's Unique Gloves. So I think that by them bringing that back to the file name, and actually somebody in my comments mentioned that, which brought it to my attention actually. And so Patriots Day, I think those were the Patriots Day gloves. Those used to have 4 options there. And, you know, speed is still there, but I mean, it's not nearly as good as it was. I mean, just the card itself, the equipment item itself is not as good as it was. So right now I'm experimenting with Tiger's Wrath. I did that just for the speed, but it's not upgradable. It's level 2 equipment. Still going with Odin's Wisdom as far as the boots go, because until something with more speed comes out, I prefer my box. I like stamina and speed over health and strength. So I mean, I'd like a good mix of all 4 if I could get it, but if I am to choose. So I'm experimenting with Tiger's Wrath, but I imagine in the next day or 2 or week or so, especially by the 4th of July, Independence Day, in the US, United States, then they will have different and unique items that you can get challenges for, or in the shop basically, because in the shop I see things, but I mean, it's just basically the same thing in different variations that we've seen with equipment over the past how many months, you know, like 7-8 months. So what I think is that if you invest in equipment now and just jump the gun, I think there's something that's going to come out in the next month or so that's just going to reset all the standards, and then you're not going to have enough for the upgraded equipment at that point. So, or the new equipment rather, when they put it in. So this is just a flex of speed right now. I'm just flexing off how much speed this guy has. This is why I prefer speed. You could get 9 punches in for every punch that they throw, and just the odds of the math right there, there's no way they could compensate for that. So I'll do one more just to show you guys real quick. I did want this to be a best stats, strategy, and equipment on max level video, but I'm going to save that until new equipment comes out, which should not be too long. So I am just about on my 16,000th knockout, which I was going to do a video for early, and when that does happen, then I'll do that on a boss fight. So a lot of good videos coming out. This is just an update in case people are confused about what's going on with the equipment, what do I do, how do I do it kind of thing. I mean, honestly, the first day when I jumped on, I was like, what happened, what's going on? You know, I thought the game glitched, I tried to uninstall it, reinstall it, that kind of thing. But no, it's just an update in the game, and I think Boxing Pass was the one to be that jump over the hill that got us to new equipment and things like that. Who knows? They may even have level 4 equipment or level 5, you know. It may go past level 3. So I'm excited to see what's coming. And even if it is just the basic stuff that we have had, it would be nice to see like different names and things like that. So under the equipment and whatnot. But yeah, my equipment is officially outdated. This is just kind of doing the best I can on the fly, you know, while maintaining speed. Because I don't want to fall too deep down the rabbit hole without getting new equipment. So, that being said, yeah, that's the extent of this video. I will do 16,000 knockouts, boss fight, and the best stat strategy and equipment video on max level as soon as that comes out. I mean, you guys are playing this like I am, so you know if you go to the shop, I mean, there's not really much in there right now that differs from what we already have as a whole. You know, Ravenheart does have a lot of speed. There are a couple upgradables in there, but I mean, if I do something now with it, then, you know, they'll have something in the next week or two that's going to be, you know, I should have got that instead. But, oh, and another thing too, if you go to the Boxing Pass, you can see in the top left corner, I'm on level 48. Excuse me. So, if you max out at level 20, you can keep going. It'll still say 2,500 experience points there and whatnot, but it'll roll over. So I'm wondering if that 48, or by the time I'll probably be on level 100 by the time this is up. If that gets rolled over into extra experience points, diamonds, credit for equipment, things like that. So that'll be interesting to see, you know, to see if the rollover does work. But if not, then it's just a cool feat that happened, and me, myself, I am looking for new gear for Lights Out, so I am doing research as we speak, and I will have the latest update for you as soon as possible. Alright? Have a good night, guys. I'll talk to you soon. Oh, and another thing before I get out, I want to shout out to everybody that's watching my videos from the United States, from the Philippines, shout out to Vietnam, Poland, Brazil, England, and Australia. I appreciate everybody watching this, and I'm doing these videos to make you guys the best that you can be. I appreciate all the support. Any comments or questions you have, more than happy to answer. But yeah, I just wanted to shout out to everybody watching. Thank you for watching, and more videos coming, so enjoy.